A local collaborator, Oleksandr Mishchenko, was killed in an explosion in the Russian-occupied city of Melitopol, Zaporizhzhia Oblast, exiled Mayor Ivan Fedorov reported on April 27th. According to the mayor, before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Mishchenko headed a police department in Melitopol. After the occupation, he not only defected to the enemy, but also tricked his employees into becoming traitors, said Fedorov. The explosion reportedly occurred in the early morning in the central part of Melitopol. Mishchenko died in the hospital following the incident, according to Fedorov, who is now in Ukrainian-controlled territory and reports based on sources in Melitopol. Vladimir Rogov, a member of the Illegal Occupation Administration in Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia Oblast, also reported the explosion, saying that 2 police officers had been injured, one of whom later died. Explosions occur regularly in Melitopol and other Russian-occupied cities of Ukraine, where partisan movement is active, targeting local collaborators or destroying Russian military equipment and personnel. Moscow usually blames Ukraine for such incidents, while Kyiv doesn't take responsibility for the explosions. Melitopol, a city with a population of about 150,000 people, has been occupied since late February 2022. The city serves as a railway center for Russian forces in southern Ukraine and is part of the land bridge that links Russia to the occupied Crimean Peninsula. This is a visual overview of the publicly known Ukrainian Spring Offensive units. There are 9 complete brigades under the 10th Operational Corps. This formation is already more powerful than the operational forces of that is the British or French or German or Italian or Spanish army. But this is not all what is heading to the front soon. Besides the 9 brigades, Ukraine is also training at least 3 additional brigades for the Spring Offensive. We don't know which brigades, but there is a lot of equipment for them that has recently arrived, like Leopard 2A4 main battle tanks, Leopard 1A5 main battle tanks, T-72EA main battle tanks, PT-9120 main battle tanks, CV-9040 infantry fighting vehicles, Rosomak infantry fighting vehicles, U.S. Max Pro mine-resistant ambush protected vehicles, BMC Kirpi mine-resistant ambush protected vehicles, Senator multi-purpose vehicles, and hundreds of M113 from more than a dozen nations. Ukraine is also readying artillery brigades, for which a lot of self-propelled artillery arrived in the last few weeks. Krab, Zuzana II, M109L, AS-90, Caesar 8X8, Archer. In total, Ukraine could equip around 18+ combat brigades for the coming offensive. Naturally, the brigades will also include reconnaissance, air defense, engineer, logistic, all elements, but as the exact type of these unit is unknown. Besides combat brigades, Ukraine is also readying 9 National Guard offensive guard brigades to clear out Russian army remnants in liberated territories. Those brigades have less tanks and use lighter vehicles than the combat brigades, but they will be essential to secure the rear and lines of communication of the Ukrainian spearheads. Key units will be the engineer regiments that have been equipped with Western armored engineering vehicles. They will open paths through the Russian defensive lines for the combat brigades. In short, Ukraine's Spring Offensive will deploy the second most powerful military formation on the planet to crush the Russians. And I am looking forward to see the Russian military suffer a worse defeat than at the battles of Friedland, Tsushima, Tannenberg, and Warsaw combined. P.S. The most powerful military formation on the planet is the U.S. Army's III Corps. But we all knew that. Worrying about Ukrainian counteroffensive now seems to be a regular installment on Russian propaganda shows.
Противник продолжает насыщать линию боевого соприкосновения средствами разведки, это современные беспилотные летательные аппараты, причем не коммерческие китайские дроны, а беспилотники военного назначения, производства различных стран, кстати, и украинские часто появляются с неплохими камерами. Противник насыщает линию боевого соприкосновения средствами радиоэлектронной борьбы и радиоэлектронного подавления, а также средствами разведки. Это также косвенный разведпризнак, который говорит о том, что формирование киевского режима активно готовится к контрнаступательным действиям. В общем, тревожно на самом деле на всей линии боевого соприкосновения, Евгений.
В очередной раз призываю не расслабляться, потому что, конечно, силы, которые формирует режим Зеленского, они колоссальны вот для нынешнего времени. Конечно, то вооружение, которое поставлено уже киевскому режиму, представляет смертельную опасность для наших с вами соотечественников, для наших с вами героев, солдат, для мирных жителей. И даже исходя из той политической конъюнктуры, которая складывается, они, конечно, попрут. Куда, где, мы не знаем, мы готовимся, но нам главное теперь не допустить ошибок, которые были, очевидно, допущены нами осенью, и в этом смысле не ждем, а готовимся, еще раз, да, то есть расслабляться абсолютно не стоит, потому что очень многое поставлено на карту.
Preparing for the parade in Yekaterinburg. Russia thinks that no Ukrainian drones could interfere there. In Zaporozhye, Russians lost some equipment and soldiers. Spectacular and effective recent work of Ukrainian artillery. This are the Moscow boys of the 9th Regiment, named after Alina Kabaeva. They now have new roles as war prisoners, thanks to the Ukrainian armed forces.
Никакой информации, телефоны все связь с семьей вообще отсутствует, ничего нельзя сказать. Свои же обстреляли.
Свои же по своим стреляют.
A Nazi folk song is being played on Red Square. Goebbels applauds every line, and Russians are fighting Nazism in Ukraine, so they say.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.